All right, and we are live. I say we in the royal sense because it's just it's just me for now. Mike and Will are gonna be late if they can even make it, and I'm not sure what's up with George, but if he stops by, he'll be put right back in. Hi everyone, hope you guys are doing well. Happy 4th of July weekend. This is Ted of TED Talks here, and thank you for joining the conversation. Today's, oh, hold on. No, George has no email link. Okay, let's, did I send out? Okay, sorry about that, George. Hold on while I get you invited. Gotta quickly invite George. How do I do that? Copy the clipboard. How do I send it to him? Telegram. That's on me. This is definitely on me. I think I forgot to put out the link. Ooh, I'm still learning. Sorry about that, George. Let's wait for him to get situated. Now, on my end, today's show is brought to you by Arizona Green Tea. Quick refresher for under $3. Got a whole jug of that. And audio is also brought to you by the Comica Boom XD. So if you guys can hear me, let me know. Usually this stuff is connected to cameras, but I want it to be different, and I'm connecting it to a Chromebook. So can you guys hear me? Thanks for forgiving me, George. Let me guys know in the chat if you can hear me or not. Okay, you guys are still wishing everybody a happy 4th. Audio is good. Some audio guy is telling me the audio good, so the audio must be fine. All right. So today is going to be a nice, I'm not going to say short, but it's going to be a sweet conversation. The main line is going to be this discussion on the proposed bill by Senator Lindsey Graham on the, why is the name escaped? Oh, it's on you. It's right here. On the Lawful Access to Encrypted Data Act. That's going to be the feature presentation of this talk. Before we get into that, there's going to be two minor stories that I intend for us to quickly go over, and that is concerning the Apple's charger, that being a rumor, and the second not being a rumor, the Pixel 3a being discounted. But let me quickly wait for George before we get into that. It's the only decent thing to do after I forgot the link. But hey, how you doing, Brian? Thank you for stopping by. And while you guys are here, boom, subscribe and hit that like button. And while I'm also here, boom, on my channel when I host, we don't talk of links. There's not enough calories in my body to do such a thing. Although we will talk of the leak of that's a rumor, not really a leak, but of the Apple not putting the charger in the box. But that's as far as it goes on my channel. And George, okay? Let me go check on George. Come on, George. Talk to me, buddy. Is the link good? On his email? No. George, it's in the Telegram, George. It's in the Telegram. It's in the Telegram. The link, George, it's in the Telegram. It's in the room where we post links for such things. Okay. While he goes to the Telegram, maybe we can start with the first story. It's an inconsequential story, in my opinion. Let me cast this sucker. Boop, 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 boop. Actually, let me get this story out of the way, because otherwise, you guys would argue about it, if namely Will. And let me share my screen. Chrome tab. Oh, there we go. Get out of here, wiretapped. So the first story we will talk about is Google discontinuing the Pixel 3a without the Pixel 4a coming to the market. Now, this news came about yesterday, and we all saw this because Google is no longer selling the phones on the Google Shop, nor are they also offering the phone on their Google Fi plan. As of now, the only way you could get the phone is maybe B&H, which they have the phone back ordered, or if you purchase the phone used. This article is from Max Buondono, who talks about knowing this day would come. Pixel 3a series was an insanely popular and successful device, especially when it came to reviews. It offered good performance for the price. I would agree. The biggest plus of owning one of these devices, however, was undoubtedly the camera. Google basically took the Pixel 3's camera and strapped it on a phone that costs half as much money. That's the recipe for big sales.
What's going on, Ted?
We have a new topic. Hey, how's it going, Will?
Oh, man, another day. It's just you?
Nah, George is coming.
Oh, okay. All right.
Where did you see the link go, Will?
The what?
Where did you get the link from?
In Telegram.
Telegram, yeah. It was in the Telegram, George. But, so I'm just going over the first. I wanted to get this out of the way before you came, but that's my luck. First article is Google discontinuing the Pixel 3a.
Okay, I'm looking for it right now. I pulled them up. There we go. I got it. Okay.
You want to do this one?
Where you at?
So where's the Pixel 4a?
Okay. All right. You ready? Are you sharing it?
Yeah.
All right. You got it?
I got it.
All right. So where's the Pixel 4a? With the 3a officially dead, the question is still up in the air. Where in the world is the Pixel 4a? The phone has leaked a ton since it originally hit the rumor cycle last year, and there's a good chance that Google would just take the wraps off it during that's not right. During Google I/O 2020. When I/O 2020 got canceled due to COVID-19, it was very clear that Google would likely delay the release of the phone, but no one knew for how long. We're now nearly 2 months from the point where I/O would have kicked off, and minus coronavirus, we'd be about 2 months into the 4A's life cycle. So where is it? If I had to take a guess, I'd say it's around the corner. It's not often for a company to discontinue a product that receives regular refreshes when there isn't an upgraded version coming out in the near future. This is especially true with their smartphones. We've been waiting quite some time for the 4A to make its debut, and I can't imagine it'll be much longer. When it does get here, the Pixel 4a is expected to ship with a 5.81-inch full HD plus resolution, the Snapdragon 730 processor, 6 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage, a 12-megapixel main camera, and an 8-megapixel hole punch selfie camera, and a 3,080 milliamp hour battery and Android 11, I would assume. Once the phone's official, I'm sure I'll have coverage of it here on the site.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, but all that, of course, is conjecture. Google has confirmed nothing on the specs of the Pixel 4a. You guys are just setting yourselves up for disappointment.
Listen, if that phone comes out with 6 gigs of RAM, that would be terrible for the 4a, for the 4.
Yeah, it's actually starting to. I'm going to do a wellness check on George because think he
What
got
happened?
lost. George, I was waiting on George. Let me text him.
Yeah, but have you heard from him?
Yeah, he was in the chat. He was in the chat.
Oh,
He was
so
waiting
where
for
is
the
he?
link in his email, but I told him it was in the Telegram and haven't seen him since. He got lost from the YouTube chat to the Telegram. You will message him.
George got lost. George needs a pixel that had to tell him to call the police. He got to put you on his list of emergency contacts.
George,
So,
you right? By the way, you see what I'm? Hey, Will, look what replaced. Look what replaced my
what
BlackBerry.
you got a LG?
That's right. Hear that
Nice.
snap?
Yeah,
Thanos would
nice.
approve.
Don't break it.
By the way, this bad boy, $380. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got a deal. Where'd you get it from?
One part Swappa, the other half came from Macari.
Oh, okay. You got a deal.
Yeah.
Look like we got Munchie in the chat.
Juan's like I just shouted two screens.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, them both at one time. We got Juan, we got Brian in here. Brian said swap it for the win. Crystal.
Juan, I snap at
Munchie.
you. I snap at you.
What's going on, Munchie? Let me see. Let me share the link out because Gary must not know.
He doesn't go on the Telegram either?
No, Gary's not in our Telegram thing, but he wouldn't know because I don't know. He should have joined your channel by now.
Did I get you know, Brian? It's funny you should say that. I actually picked up a toaster this Tuesday, Wednesday.
You got the LG toaster?
I actually no. I got a toaster for $5. It was an add-on. It was an add-on for $5. I caught off Craigslist this Wednesday.
You put that toaster in your bedroom?
No, I didn't put the toaster in my
I know you ain't need another toaster, so what'd you do with it? You just got it boxed up?
No, it's by my bathtub. You know, so when I get out the shower, I have the smell of warm toast. Okay, let's see. Max is like, when will the day come when LG discounts the G8X to $99? Okay, Max, that's the price of the LG V20, so 4 years.
All right. What's the next story we got, Ted?
Next story we talk about the Apple chargers. Or the
that's not true, man. They're not doing that.
I don't know. Listen, when it comes to the buck, do not underestimate Apple.
Nah, listen. I don't think they're gonna do it because that would be dumb. Because
he says he's
not. What happened?
It says he's not finding the link on Telegram.
Where? In Telegram? He's not. Is he in the right room? He must be in the wrong.
It's okay, George. I'm emailing it to you, buddy. I should have done that.
I'll send it to him.
I'll also email it to him too. It's called a pincer move. Boom. There you go, George. Oh.
By the way, he's in the wrong room. That's why. George is in the other room.
Hey, good morning, Big House. Did I just say good morning? Nigel confused me. Good evening, Big House. Good evening, Nigel. Let's see. Just emailed you.
It's in the Telegram. You should find it now.
By the way, all you LG G8X users or LG V60 users with a dual screen case, do you guys know of any Nintendo DS emulators that I can use on this bad boy?
What's going on, Gary?
But let me get the story up. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that, man. I don't. Mm-hmm. Because if somebody's just coming to the iPhone, you won't have a charger? Yeah, right. Unless the price is real cheap, I don't see them doing that. I think it's just a rumor. I think last year they did it too, though. Now, the headphones or whatever, That wouldn't be a big thing because Google doesn't give you headphones anyway. Google does it every year. They gave you headphones in the box once.
Okay, and I'm bringing in George.
You realize that every week we send these an email, right?
George is about to publicly spank you on the screen.
We also send them every
George
week
came in there
on,
like your grandpa,
on
like,
Telegram. I was just following you.
George
Just making a point.
Granddad, like, listen, realize this ain't how we've been doing it. George gonna have a talk with you after this.
I don't think I have whatever room you guys have it on Telegram. I don't think I'm in that room.
I think you are though, George. I swore you were in there.
I looked in every other room that I had on Telegram and wasn't there.
Let me see. Yeah, George gonna have to. Yeah, you are in there, George. Mobile
Hey, how
Geezer,
you
you're
doing,
in there.
Ellie?
Maybe it's under a different screen name. You're in there as Mobile Geezer. It's me, you, Mike, Jerome.
What's the name of the?
Hold on, I'll send you the.
No, that's all right. What's the name of it? That's all I need to know.
FNTT.
Oh yeah, I don't have that one. At least I don't have it listed here.
I'm gonna send you the invite. Hold on. Wait, I can add you. Hold on. I gotta add your other name. That's why you have two different Telegrams.
That's true. I have two different Facebooks. I have two different
all right, I just added you.
I have 3 different phones.
All right, guys, I'm sharing this.
You got 13 different phones. Come on.
Actually, I counted yesterday. I I had 21 at the moment.
See? Your phone's can drink.
And put the phone in a bag and the sheep's still.
Apple could put the phone in a bag. Oh, listen, man, Gary, you gotta stop, Gary. Gary, stop hating. Just stop.
Well,
I mean,
Gary is a wise guy, but I think he's right in this case.
Yeah. No, Google doesn't give you headphones in the box all the time, and y'all gonna talk about it. But once let's say Apple does it next year, they'll be like, "Here's the new Samsung, whatever, with no charger in the box." They're all gonna do it. They're all gonna do it.
You may be right there because everybody does copy what they do.
And then everybody will be like, "Oh, we don't need a charger anyway."
All right, so George, you want to come and take over the story?
Let me get it pulled up. I'm working on it. This is okay. I got it. Are we ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. This is on Engadget. This year's iPhones may not include a charger in the box. It may be for cost cutting and environmental reasons.
No other reason, guys.
I'd like to see what the environment. I haven't read this yet.
If they do it for cost cutting though, and they drop the phone price $50, then you can't really complain. Just go buy a charger.
That's true. You might not find much in the box for this year's iPhone besides the handset itself. Historically trustworthy analyst Ming Chi Kuo claims in a research note that 2020 iPhone models not only won't include the usual wired earbuds, but won't include the power adapter either. You may just get a charging cable. There would be a more powerful 20-watt charger versus the 18-watt for the iPhone 11 Pro, but you'd have to buy it after the fact. Barclays analysts also believed Apple would no longer bundle a charger. Kuo believes this would be a way to cut costs and offset the higher price of including the 5G wireless technology. There would also be an eco-friendly hook. Environmental critics have argued that including power adapters is frequently a waste when many people have chargers from previous phones or will top up using their computers. That probably won't be much consolation if you do need an adapter, but it should lead to fewer of those wall warts occupying landfills. I guess, but yeah, what about the people that don't have a charger? Not everybody has.
That's why, George. That's why I don't think they're going to do it. I think people are just, because they know some people don't have an iPhone. Without the earbuds, I can see them doing that.
I can see that too.
They might not even give you the fast charger. They might give you the small one, but I think they're going to give you a charger.
I mean, but usually
when you get a rumor going this much, it's usually true.
No, because I think they said the same thing last year, that there wasn't going to be a charger and they were going to give you AirPods in the box or something.
I don't remember.
There's always something.
Didn't that happen though?
No, ain't no AirPods in the box.
No,
No,
AirPods in the
AirPods.
box, but nothing came in the box.
Huh?
Yeah, it's true.
What happened?
The thing is, guys, from the beginning, there was always the rule that, in the box, you give them what they need to charge.
That's why I don't think they would ever do that.
Especially if you're paying like over $100 for something. Like, if you're giving out something that needs batteries, you include the batteries.
I don't know. There's so many big sites writing about this. I usually find that to be true, but I hope you're right, Will.
George, if you Google AirPods in the box, you'll see it from last year, and I think the year before they were saying Apple switching to USB-C, and the people had they were showing you the cord. There's always
I do remember that, and that was around again as usual.
When it comes to Apple, there's always something negative people find to say that to make you think that they're going to do the worst thing ever.
Well,
and then wait till they listen.
You mean like get rid of the earphone jack?
That wasn't the worst thing ever. When they go on stage, you know what's going to happen, George? When they go on stage, that guy, Ted or Fred, what's his name? He's going to make a joke about it. He'll probably be like, and one more thing is in the box, the charger. Because they know everybody's saying that there's not going to be a charger.
Yeah, that's true.
And look at Ted's article. There's a thing that shows you they did a survey about it. They're just going to run with it. But yeah, they're going to put a charger.
Spoiler alert. Now that Will mentioned it, here's the article.
Okay.
I didn't get that survey, by the way.
You of all people should have. You're the most faithful Apple guy there is.
They didn't give you the article. Man, what were they thinking? Not giving you that survey.
Exactly.
I don't know what kind of ship Apple is running. Not giving Will a survey.
Telling you, they don't know. They don't know. That's the thing that's going to make me buy the phone. If the charger is in the box, I'll buy it. If there's no charger, I'm not buying it.
Oh, come on.
Well, that's how everybody's acting.
Well, let's see. I don't know what Juan is saying. He's saying cables, dongles, adapters, as in the things that Apple has taken out. So why don't they take out a charger? They haven't taken out the headphones yet.
You've got a good point. You've got a good point, Juan. And we all know Apple's going to do what they want to do, and they don't.
iPhone 12. What do you say? It'll be $650. Then you get a charger and earbuds and a case, and yeah, you buy the accessories you need. If you don't need the charger, you don't buy it. And the phone was only $650. If you need the charger, you buy it. That's there you go. It's better than them charging $750 for getting that little $5 charger. Even if they give me the more expensive charger. Let's say you got an iPad already. Would you rather have saved the money? You know what I mean? Save the $50 and just use your iPad charger, or pay the extra just for the charger? You got to look at it that way.
I guess
they're giving you the choice. If the price is $650 instead of $700, you don't need a choice.
Yeah, if they're knocking off money, okay, I can see that.
If the price is $650 instead of $700, and it doesn't come with the charger, and you got a charger, you saved $50.
Yeah, but I don't think your Apple's going to give you that buying option like a car. Like,
what do you mean? No. No, they're not giving you the option. The option is, if I don't have the charger, then I got to go buy one or order one with my phone. But if I don't need it, I saved $50. So that's good that you got the option instead of adding extra for it, because that's just like saying George got 21 phones. George, would you rather pay the full price of the phone or save $30 on every phone? Because you don't need 17 or 21 USB-C chargers. You don't need it.
That's true. I have tons.
Just like they said. They're gonna if they do it, they're gonna win, because they're gonna say we're eliminating waste or whatever. They're gonna be like, because everybody who has an iPhone doesn't need this charger. They're just gonna leave it in the box. You know how many times you buy something on Swapper and they be like, the charger and everything is not touched because they don't use it.
I just don't think everybody's like us. Yes, my iPhone charger is still sitting in the box from last year, but most people aren't like us.
Yeah, but George, if you have an iPhone from last year and you upgrade your iPhone, you don't need the charger.
That's
all right, guys. Like,
if you have an iPhone from 5 years ago, you don't need the charger.
Like, that's what I asked about you guys personally. Like, how would this affect you guys personally? Is this gonna?
It wouldn't affect me at all.
It doesn't affect me at all. That's true.
Yeah, doesn't affect me at all either. Like, I leave mine in the box. The only thing that comes out of the box is the phone.
Right, I'm with you. And occasionally the earbuds.
Not even the earbuds. Those are
These earbuds I'm wearing now, I took after I moved, I couldn't find the earbuds I was using, so I finally took these out of my Samsung box.
How about guys in the chats? Does this affect you in any way? Let me know. Ellie, Gary, Nigel, Brian,
especially Juan and Brian and Nigel.
What?
And Ellie too. That's true. Because those are people we know pick up a lot of phones just like us.
But yeah, but in the survey, Will, can you?
George, you want to read this one?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. All right, this is on 9 to 5 Mac. Apple surveys iPhone users on USB charger included in the box ahead of iPhone 12. Apple has recently started sending surveys to iPhone users about how they use the USB charger that comes in the box. This comes ahead of the iPhone 12 announcement later this year, and also rumors about Apple not including the USB charger and earbuds in the box for the first time. As a matter of fact, they didn't survey me either. The survey asked users what they did with the USB charger of their previous iPhone after replacing it with a new model. So Apple is targeting people who were already iPhone users and recently bought a new one. Apple also explains that the survey refers to the USB power adapter and not to the Lightning cable.
So it's not even the. Oh, now they're really.
No, it's just the power adapter.
It's just the brick.
Right, just the brick they're talking about. The survey includes a series of checkboxes with multiple possibilities on how consumers use their phone chargers, including I sold it or traded with my iPhone, I lost it, I gave it to a family member or friend, I still use it at home, I still use it outside, I still have it, but I don't use it. That would be me. This is not the first time Apple has asked users what they think about its products. The company once sent a survey about having a headphone jack on MacBook Pro, but the laptop still has the connector. Even so, it's interesting to know that Apple is asking users about the iPhone's USB charger right when there are several rumors about it being removed from the box. You can see the screenshot of the survey shared by the user Guns Taxi on Twitter in Portuguese, which we translated here below. Apple survey that I received by email, multiple questions about how I use the charger. We will have an iPhone without a charger in the box. What do you think about these iPhone 12 rumors? Do you still use your old charger with new phone models? Let us know in the comments below. Yes, I still use my old charger.
Yeah, this is what the survey looks like. O cargador USB es usado para cargamento usando una tomada eléctrica na pared. I don't know how to say this one. Voce? Voce, thank you. Okay.
The only reason I know that because I have so many Italian friends, really.
So we have Big House. Yes, Ted, we are already paying for it. Put it in the box.
Nah, if they drop the price $50, then you're not paying for it. I mean, you're paying for it, but you're not because they charged you $700 last year.
That's
so
true.
I would rather save the money than not have the thing because they can charge whatever they want. I mean, everybody knows the phones are cheap to make and all that, but people are still going to buy them.
But
so
Ellie makes a good point here. She has two chargers, but it won't be a good move for non-techies, and that's what I'm saying.
But it will be, though, because
non-techies aren't going to have an extra charger around.
Nah,
but George is just the brick. Especially if it just comes with a USB A side on the end of it. Everybody
can plug something in. That's true.
Yeah.
Personally, I think Apple's going to do it, and this won't hurt them. It'll just hurt the non-techies. And if they're in the market to buy, a charger, to buy an iPhone, they can surely afford an iPhone.
They're probably going to buy a charger. You're right about that.
Yeah. Like they'll live. They'll just pay an extra $5-7. And if they can't really afford it, then they shouldn't be buying an iPhone in the first place.
Well, that's probably half the country anyway.
Yeah. We have Matt Tyler. He understands the waste situation before, but honestly, no charger in the box will lead to more purchases of third-party chargers, which is never a good thing for plastic waste. But Matt, I suspect that because they buy those third-party chargers, they'll most likely keep them because they'll need them.
Maybe. But I think Matt does have a point there. I mean, it could end up making more waste rather than less waste.
No, it'll be less because, the third parties were making the chargers anyway.
Well,
This
yeah,
time, Apple's not just throwing them out for free like candies.
Yeah, well, Juan's got a good point there. Anchor and Rev, they'll probably make some money out of this, that's for sure.
But they already have the good options. You can already get good options for $7. That's way better than that rinky-dink 5-watt charger.
I'd rather buy an Anchor charger myself.
Yeah, which Apple sells for $19. No, thank you. It's a poison pill, but the poison pill will make you stronger.
All right, as long as it's not a red pill, I'm down with it.
It's I know my words didn't jive, but there's truth in what Okay. Now I think we're ready for our.
But you don't have. What does 6 say? But you don't have to buy a specific charger for the battery health not to drain. Oh, but don't you? Well, no. What Apple was saying 6 was that if you fast charge, that was before. Somebody was saying that if you fast charge, it kills your battery health. I don't know.
Wait, Ted's having an emergency.
You will not believe this. Oh, I actually got an admiral alert saying that I have to wear masks. I've never seen such a thing.
Really?
Yeah, I see somebody else showed me that.
Yeah, it's emergency alert, extreme threat alert.
Oh, I know why you're getting that because you're in Texas.
Texas.
Yeah. See, you're in the wrong T state. I'm in Tennessee. I'm not getting it.
Hey, you're going to break that phone.
I snap at you.
Yeah, all right. At the end of the screen, that case will have a spider.
I've never seen an emergency alert used like that before. That's kind of.
Let's try talking one at a time. I can't hear both of you.
But I've never actually seen an emergency alert about a law. No. Usually,
Maddie, are you serious? A case and a screen protector? Yeah. Good luck with that.
From who? Apple?
I actually prefer if they include a screen protector.
You just
froze. Ted.
you just froze up on it. See, you shouldn't have snapped at Will. That's the problem.
Oh man, here we go.
He's all frozen up.
Here we go. All right. So
George, at least we're still good, and he's in charge.
Not Apple, but
Ted,
wait, you left and just came back. You shouldn't have snapped at Will.
Ted, you're like doing all kind of stuff. It's crazy. Like 1 minute you're still, then you're drinking juice. Exactly. It's like chopped up.
It's like magic.
Yeah.
And then you're still, then you're drinking juice, and then you're snapped up. That's like lyrics to a song that I do not know.
Oh man. All right, what's the next story, Ted?
Yeah, that's our feature presentation. But no, back to Matt's point, actually. This is for Android manufacturers, especially like, the not so popular ones.
Right.
I would actually prefer if they included a screen protector and not necessarily a case, because sometimes there are no screen protector options, especially when they're curving their screens every which way. We're
on complete opposite sides. I never, ever use a screen protector. I always want a case. But I don't scratch my phones, so.
All right, let me get the feature presentation.
Yeah, good point, Matt. Very good point.
We're at the last story already, Ted?
We are at the last story. Yes, we are.
Wait, hold on. Did you do
He did the other three.
What is this one about the NSA? Was that one of your stories?
Yeah, but that's just a byline. Don't concern yourself.
Oh, so that's not a story. Okay. Yeah.
That's a byline that I'll point. This is the.
All right. So which story are we going to? The top one?
Yep.
Or the one from Reuters?
Let me show the top one.
Okay.
Let me share it right now. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, now for our feature presentation.
So you should read one.
Yes. Read one.
There you go. See?
But yes.
George knows
On June 23rd, 2020, Graham, Cotton, Blackburn, those are senators in the Senate, House of Senate, introduced
House
balance.
of Senate.
George, I wasn't going to say nothing.
What?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hold that.
George,
in.
I wasn't going to say nothing.
What did I
Why
say?
did you say
Did I say
something?
House of Senate?
Let him
In the
go with
House
the
of
House of
Senate.
Senate. It don't matter. House of Senate, it don't matter anymore. Look who our president is. Just let it go.
Just more politicians.
Who
They
cares?
all go into the same boat anyway.
It doesn't matter. House of Senate, who cares? Republican House, it doesn't matter.
Sorry.
Graham, Cotton, Blackburn introduced balanced solution to bolster national security and use of warrant-proof encryption that shields criminal activity. In Washington, the Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Lindsey Graham of South Carolina and U.S. Senators Tom Cotton and Marsha Blackburn. That's your representative, George. Let's go with your people.
Yeah, she is.
Today introduced the Lawful Access to Encrypted Data Act, a bill to bolster national security interests and to better protect communities across the country by ending the use of warrant-proof encrypted technology by terrorists and other bad actors to conceal illicit activity.
Boy, do you put some emphasis and stuff.
Now, according to Graham, terrorists and criminals routinely use technology, whether smartphones, apps, and other means, to coordinate and communicate their daily activities. In recent history, we have experienced numerous terrorism cases and serious criminal activity where vital information could not be accessed, even after a court order was issued. Unfortunately, tech companies have refused to honor these court orders and assist law enforcement in their investigations. My position is clear. After law enforcement obtains the necessary court authorizations, they should be able to retrieve information to assist in their investigations. Our legislation respects and protects the privacy rights of law-abiding Americans. It also puts terrorists and criminals on notice that they will no longer be able to hide behind technology to cover their tracks. That was Graham. Now, Cotton is saying tech companies' increasing reliance on encryption has turned their platforms into a new lawless playground of criminal activity. Criminals, from child predators to terrorists, are taking full advantage. This bill will ensure law enforcement can access encrypted material with a warrant based on probable cause and help put an end to the wild, wild west of crime on the internet. And Blackburn. User privacy and public safety can and should work in tandem. What we have learned is that in the absence of a lawful warrant application process, terrorists, drug traffickers, and child predators will exploit encrypted communications to run their operations.
All right, I'm confused on something. She said, in the absence of a lawful warrant application process. Haven't they had warrants before for this stuff? Yeah.
This is the thing, though. Like, it's the point of all warrants is usually, from what we've seen, is they're after the fact. So
yeah,
it doesn't really discuss about stopping the crime, just investigating it. But onwards, the Lawful Access to Encrypted Data Act is a balanced solution that keeps in mind the constitutional rights afforded to all Americans while providing law enforcement the tools needed to protect the public from everyday violent crime and threats to our national security. The bill would require service providers and device manufacturers to provide assistance to law enforcement when access to encrypted device or data is necessary, but only after a court issues a warrant based on the probable cause that a crime has occurred, authorizing law enforcement to search and seize the data. And that's where I will leave it at that on the article. And I will quickly take us to a background article I have on this point that I just want us to bear in mind. This is the Routers article.
Right. Okay.
Let me quickly share this. Sharing. Come on. I gotta give props to this Chromebook picker who's doing a good job.
It almost sounded like a song the way you said sharing. You know, I'm thinking sharing.
No.
Okay.
Haha. Now, this is from 2014. The NSA was infiltrated RSA security more deeply than thought. This is a study. Security industry pioneer RSA adopted not just one, but two encryption tools developed by the U.S. National Security Agency, greatly increasing the spy agency's ability to eavesdrop on internet communications, according to a team of academic researchers. Reuters reported in December that the NSA paid RSA $10 million to make a now discredited cryptography system, the default in software used by a wide range of internet and computer security programs. The system, called Dual Elliptic Curve, was a random number generator, but it had a deliberate flaw or a backdoor that allowed the NSA to crack the encryption. A group of professors from Johns Hopkins, the University of Wisconsin, the University of Illinois, and elsewhere now say that they have discovered that a second NSA tool exacerbated the RSA software vulnerability. The professors found that the tool, known as Extended Random Extension for Secure Websites, could crack a version of RSA's Dual Elliptic Curve software tens of thousands of times faster, according to an advanced copy of the research with Reuters. While Extended Random was not widely adopted, the new research sheds light on how the NSA extended the reach of its surveillance under cover of advising companies on protection. RSA, now owned by EMC Corp, did not dispute the research when contacted by Reuters for comment. The company said that it had not intentionally weakened the security on any product and noted that the Extended Random did not prove popular and had been removed from the RSA's protection software in the last 6 months. We could not have been more skeptical of NSA's intentions, RSA's chief technologist Sam Curry told Reuters. We trusted them because they are charged with the security of for the U.S. government and U.S. critical infrastructure. Curry declined to say if the government had paid RSA to incorporate Extended Random in its BSafe security kit, which also housed Dual Elliptical Curve. An NSA spokeswoman declined to comment on the study or the intelligence agency's motives in developing Extended Random. And that's where I can leave it at that.
Okay. So this thing is from 6 years ago, though.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So did you include that because you think it's still around, or it's working in tandem, or it's going to be working in tandem with these warrants?
The point of the Reuters article was that, the NSA had put it to RSA to create a backdoor while in their software, but while also working as a way to against that. And this was a way for them not to need a warrant to exploit the backdoors. That's
true. That's true. But it's the NSA. I mean, isn't that kind of what they do in the first place?
Yeah. But let me get viewers' thoughts on this bill. I close it again. It's a mouthful. The Lawful Access to Encrypted Data Act. Now, Senator Graham and Blackburn and the other ones seem to think that this bill will be a way to fight crime. However, there are instances where it was used. Let me bring about the original. Let me share the original story. Hold on. Casting. You're going to say I'm singing again, aren't you?
You think you are a casting director?
Casting. Now, the point of this bill that Graham and Blackburn are proposing is all started from the 2015 incident, which I'm sure you guys remember, because of the San Bernardino shooting.
Oh, yeah. And I
remember that, but I don't remember
I was in full agreement with Apple on that one, Eric.
Oh, that was when they wouldn't open their phone, right?
Exactly. And I told you.
That's because Apple knows what to do.
But in this case, I'm not sure which way I'd go because if they have a legal warrant and they make it a law, I don't think I'd have a problem with it. What about you, Will?
What do you say? Write your elected representatives. This is yet another bogus run at consumer privacy. Yeah, they just trying to, I don't know, George. I think it should be,
All right, so one's taking the opposite view. I'm just thinking, yeah, there probably are some criminals who are using the systems, but yeah, you guys could be right. It could be just the government.
Well, guys, let me catch you up on the story of the 2015 San Bernardino shooting.
Yeah,
one
but
of the
even if it's,
shooters
I don't know.
had an iPhone
You
5C.
didn't
that
give
was-
us that one, right?
What?
You didn't give us that one, did you?
I mean, oh no, I
he
didn't
just
give it
pulled
to you.
that up from somewhere
It's
else.
what I'm casting right now. It's up there.
Okay.
Yeah, but in that, one of the shooters had a iPhone 5C that was given to him by his job,
Right.
and the FBI wanted to get into it, but they couldn't. It was locked in a way that if they put in the wrong PIN code 10 times, the data would delete.
Right.
Yeah.
They took Apple to court, and Apple was like, hey, there's no way for us to crack it without the passcode. And so the FBI was saying, well, you guys should be able to make a way so that give us a tool so that we can keep trying to get into this iPhone without, triggering where it will automatically self-destruct. And Apple was like, one, we can't do that. And two, if we did create such a tool for future instances in our future programs, their encryption would always be, vulnerable. Now,
And I agreed with Apple, because if they did create a tool, then you just open the Pandora's box.
Exactly, that it would never be solved again.
Yeah.
But yeah, in this case, the FBI withdrew the case because I think it was an Israeli firm that had Gray Key, which allowed the FBI to do what they needed to do.
That's true. That's
And
right.
lo and behold, there was actually nothing on the phone relating to the shooting.
Relating to the case, okay. That part I didn't know.
So just imagine if Apple went ahead and created that thing.
No,
and
I
then
agree
they
with
found nothing.
Yeah, I agree with them
Yeah.
about not creating it, because Lord knows what you're opening up at that point.
And so right now, what the bill is proposing is that all tech companies that uses encryption, which is, not just for text messaging and whatever. Encryption is used for a lot of things.
Not for anything, yeah.
Yeah, it's for video games, music CDs.
Conversations.
Yeah, they all have to have a backdoor. And Graham is proposing that this backdoor will only be used when a warrant is issued.
Yeah, I guess ultimately I'd have to come down against it, because what they're asking me to do is trust that our politicians are only going to use it when they're supposed to. I don't think I can.
Not the
buy
politicians,
into
law
that.
enforcement.
But they're driven by politicians, So yeah, I don't know that I could trust any of them enough to.
Now, believe it or not, I have in this thing, I have two flags here, China and Saudi Arabia, because in a way, the U.S. government, U.S. companies, they're already in agreement with governments of China and Saudi Arabia in terms of their encryption.
Right.
Most notable is Apple for for iMessage. No, iMessage is encrypted generally, and they don't have the keys. However, the only exception is China, where their servers and everything regarding iMessage is given over to the Chinese government.
Well, they have to, otherwise they wouldn't let them do business.
Otherwise, exactly.
Yeah.
And same thing is also done for Saudi Arabia. And if I remember correctly, that was one of the reasons why BlackBerry never really took off in Saudi Arabia so much, because BBM never agreed with giving over their encryption keys to the Saudi Arabia government. So
Yeah.
BBM wasn't allowed to be used there.
Right. That makes sense.
Okay, well, what we have guys saying that Apple can tell people, yeah, we are giving away your private info. Yeah, we took it away. We took away your charger and we're putting your phone in the back. But here's the thing, all this warrants and talk and such, all instances that are being provided that is given on why this bill is needed. If you look at the site, I believe the site is in the, if you can go to the description box and click on the link, all those instances provided are all after the fact. It's all to investigate crime that has already happened. Nothing is really being given to say, hey, this will stop crime.
But now here's where I can defend law enforcement. In the case of law enforcement, if I'm any kind of law enforcement officer, even if I get it after the fact, if you're a criminal organization, then I'm probably going to prevent something in the future too. That's my guess.
Nah.
I think so.
For instance, nah, they never caught me.
If I crack something, a drug ring, and it had already happened, and it's after the fact. Yeah, but I got to think that they're not going to stop communicating. So in the future, I'm probably going to nail somebody in that drug ring. Is my guess.
How about a terror cell? I don't know how, if like, you know, in a terror cell, how they operate, which is like very extremely decentralized, where they're just given, each cell is given instructions to carry out an attack.
Yeah,
Let's say you prevent the one cell, you're not going to have information on another cell.
You're probably after the fact is probably too late in that case.
And
Anyway, go ahead.
I also want to point out this back door that law enforcement knows about, but they will only use for themselves.
That's what I have.
What happens in the instance where this back door leaks out to the public or a bad actor themselves?
That's true.
That's the main concern. Like this is what happened in that movie War Games, which President Ronald Reagan took seriously and actually invested in cybersecurity.
Yeah, that's true, and that could very easily happen. That's true.
That has happened. Like, you know, there was a story where the tradecraft that CIA was using was leaked to WikiLeaks.
Okay, yeah, and that's the best argument against giving them this. I agree.
Exactly. It was all the stuff like how to hack, you know, smart TVs and such.
Yeah.
Gary said this is why we got burner phones. Exactly.
That's got a point.
Like the criminal cell, most likely they're going to be using like a little cheap, you know, phone to use real quick, and yeah,
something they can afford to throw away.
They're not buying no iPhone. They don't need iMessage. Yeah, we're gonna blow up the building tonight, and somebody got to react.
But look at that San Bernardino shooter. Like he was given that work iPhone 5C. He was a good employee. He didn't use his work issued iPhone 5C for any of that terrorist criminal activity. He was using a burner phone.
He was a good employee. He was just a bad citizen being a murderer.
Oh man!
All right, see you, Matt. Thank you for stopping by. Watching Juan Bagnell's 1+8.
Thanks, Matt.
So.
And he even gave Juan a little advertisement. That's good.
Did anybody buy that? Did George? You didn't get that, right? The 1+8? No,
I did not. But I am noticing a lot of bigger people. Some people are saying that's the best phone they've had this year.
Yeah. Well, I know it was out of stock forever.
I still love my 7 Pro. So
yeah.
But actually, let me make you guys some mods. But George, so you're gonna talk to Blackburn there? Tell her what's what? Your senator. Your
oh yeah. We're on a person. You know, when you get to be my age, nobody gives a crap what you think.
No, she's counting on you to be one of her voters.
Yeah, right.
Age.
You know, once you're in your mid-70s, like, well, if you drop that, I don't care.
No, you make up her strong voter base.
Yeah, right.
Age 70.
Yeah, well, they wait for you to die. and me being as stubborn as I am and as healthy as I've ever been in my life, I'm too stubborn to die.
Ted, Gary said, what's he say? The Dumb Plus ain't the phone of the year. He's gone with the Pixel 4.
Well, gee, what a surprise that is coming from Gary. You know,
you sound like, what's that guy's name who does Apple? What's his name?
Oh, Telusive Tech.
Yeah. Gee, we said that almost in unison.
He's annoying, but he be right sometimes.
He is annoying, but
when he talks about the Pixel, he's generally right. When he talks about the Pixel, he'd be right.
But anyway, what do you guys think? Do you think this bill is going to pass?
I don't know.
Well, don't they have? All right, so they passed the bill in the Senate. Let's say they control the Senate, so they passed the bill in the Senate. So then it gets to the House. It's not going anywhere.
Well, no, it goes in the House first, doesn't it?
Well, if they're introducing the bill in the Senate, no, I would think it would go. They would have it first, and then it would go and then they have to get together and make their agreement. Well, they're not going to get any agreement because one party runs the House and one party runs the Senate. So I don't think it's going to go through.
Okay,
that's just my opinion.
Okay, we can keep our fingers crossed.
But yeah, for me, your best argument about not allowing it is who else can get a hold of that back door, and somebody will. You can count on.
And also, right to privacy once again.
Yeah, I'm very good on my privacy. That's for sure.
Face unlock is fire.
Did you see Gary's last comment? Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Gary, you got to watch him review like the Pixel 4 or the Pixel 3 or any of them.
He often has good things to say.
It's hilarious. Nah, he just tells the truth. He's like, that he sees, he.
Well, yeah, he always does seem to give you the truth as he sees it.
He said Google should just make the cheap phones. It's just true. Like, they can't compete with everybody else.
I don't know. Google shouldn't make anything. Just stick to something. If Google can make a good chat app, if Google can master making a good chat app, that means they're ready for bigger.
If they can't.
They're ready for hardware.
Ted, they can't make a good chat app.
That's right. I've got hardware in 3 to 4 rooms right here, and I use it every day, and I love it. So they make some good hardware.
Google can't make phones good. That's all.
Well, they certainly can make good photography so far.
That's this Tailosive Masvidal. What's the? Oh my God! No.
What is it?
He's trying to get me the
Masvidal flying knee. No, he's not. He said Masvidal.
What's Masvidal?
He's a fighter. He's a fighter.
Okay.
He's a fighter. Oh man. Ted, you don't watch UFC, do you?
Nope.
Oh man. Khabib's dad died, man. He died of COVID. Terrible.
Jesus.
Khabib's probably gonna retire now.
But that's it for the stories. And one being an allegorical tale.
All right, what else is going on? Ted, go to 9 to 5 Google. Is anything else on there?
What?
We're early.
Why am I going to 9 to 5 Google?
He's looking for another story.
You just want to end it now? You want to stop now? It's only 8:57. Sorry, it's up to you.
I mean, there's stuff to watch. Like Hamilton just came out on Disney Plus.
Oh, I don't know. I ain't really watched Disney Plus in a minute.
Hamilton, gotta go check out Hamilton. I've only watched the pirated version with the original.
What is it? What's it about?
It's a musical based on
Isn't it a musical based on Alexander Hamilton? That's what I thought.
Oh, I ain't watching that.
Wait! All the founding fathers and everybody, they are minorities. Okay. All the women are paid by minorities. All the Americans are paid by minorities.
I'd rather sleep, man. I gotta work tonight. What is it? They just reenact the history or whatever?
Yeah, of Alexander Hamilton, the guy in the $10 bill.
They bring up Christmas Atticus. Does anybody know who he is?
Rice Krispies.
No, he was the guy that
Rice Krispies
shot the first shot of the Revolutionary War, and he was black, by the way. I guess they don't teach that anymore.
I don't know, George. I've been out of school for a minute. I don't remember none of that stuff.
I think I've been out of school for a little longer than you have.
Yeah, you've been out longer than me, but George, you probably were a good student.
My history was always my favorite subject. Still is.
Where'd Ted go?
I don't know. He's in charge, and he just gets up and.
Oh, this is crazy.
I opened the 9 to 5 Google on the wrong thing. I blame that on Will.
Okay. I'm running down the stories.
I have no idea how that happened. Anyway, 9 to 5 Google. That's whatever is on this thing that nearby sharing. Is this airdrop for Android?
Down.
Don't care. All right, let me just share this shopping experience with
anybody interested in the OnePlus Nord other than me?
No.
Nope.
No, I'm just playing.
I am, I think.
Nah, George, I'm not buying
nope.
the OnePlus Nord. Nah.
But like I said last week, for me, it's probably going to be either the Nord or the Pixel 4a.
I don't even like the name of it. I couldn't even tell nobody I was using a Nord.
Although I don't like this, they're doing this whole almost like the invite thing all over again, and I don't like that. But
I don't like the look of those pants either. Nope. Should you care about the OnePlus Nord? The answer is no.
No. What did Google say? Google said
I do.
If I ask Siri, it'll be like, let me search the web.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
But let me actually share a realization I had today.
Okay.
While we are talking about Pixel 4s and Pixel 3As and OnePlus Nord, I always thought, what's the point of getting a, hold on, there's a fruit fly. It's encroaching on my territory. Let me see if I can give it a quick snap. Got him.
Okay, Miyagi. All right.
You realize you're killing worldwide, right?
But I was, when I got this LG G8X last week, I've been thinking, what is the point of getting a current mid-tier phone where you can get last year's flagship phone?
Well, they have that. That's an ongoing discussion every single year.
Yes, I always thought, for those past week, I've been thinking it's pointless. Just get last year's flagship until I saw a review for the TCL 10 Pro.
Exactly.
And it had some nifty features, which, namely, it had the ability to share Bluetooth with up to 4 people.
You mean this?
Yes, that phone.
This thing does have a lot of cool features and a lot of features I haven't even gotten into yet. But yeah, there's a lot of options on this phone. Trust me. Do you know what video I put out today? The Axon 7 Pro video, because some guy said everything video-wise in the 2 Axon 7s they had came out terrible. So I said, well, let me pull this thing out and go do a test. And he was right, because it was terrible. I started out the video on the front cam, and that was fine. And then I turned it around and went on to the back cameras at 1080p 30, and it was fine. But I shut it off and turned it back on, still at 1080p 30. And all of a sudden, the jello effect was incredibly bad.
Wow.
And so I found that when I went to 1080p 60, it was having focusing issues. But when I went to 4K, it was fine. So it seems to have some sporadic video issues, and it just seems to be intermittent with no control. So I give credit to that subscriber for bringing my attention to it, because I hadn't shot a video on that thing in probably 2.5 years.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So it was just interesting.
Speaking of ZTE, did you hear they are moving their community from their website over to Facebook?
Yes, I heard that from Jay Will. He mentioned it because he will not go on Facebook for anybody under any circumstance, and
neither will I.
That was the first YouTube. I'll go over. It doesn't bother me to go on Facebook, but I was surprised they did that. But I guess because Facebook is, just got a lot more people.
Where was their community at before?
It was on their website. It had its own website, Z Community, that was like in tangent with their own website, ZTE.
Right. And
hey,
most
you got a question, George.
And most of the tweets were on Twitter.
Big House, yes.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Big House.
Yeah,
that is a phenomenal buy. Trust me.
Yep.
Phenomenal buy.
In fact, if you're not going to do it, let us know. Hook us up.
I love this phone, except for the curved edges, which drive me crazy.
Did that phone come with a screen protector, your 10 TCL Pro?
No, it came with a case.
If you're going to curve the screen, include a screen protector. Because nobody's going to make a screen protector for your phone.
No, it came with this case, and you see
comes with
display greatness, but almost nobody makes a case for it. And I did see somebody say that Tootie is going to be making it. No, Tootie is making a case for the 10L, which is the cheaper, which I don't have. So nobody makes a case for this. So at least I'm glad even that case comes included in the box. But I agree with you. If you're going to make a curved screen, then you should make a screen protector for it. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I love the phone.
But yes, but like I said, for $380 with the dual screen, by the way.
There you go.
Yes.
Only dual screen I have is still the Axon.
Once again, if anybody has a Nintendo DS simulator, hook me up in the. I have my DM, for Twitter. I'll include it actually right now.
There you go.
Hit me up on Twitter. Here's my tag. The DM me, please. Thank you. There you go.
He's actually making a phone call. You know how these big shots are.
Actually, what time is it? It's actually 8 o'clock. Usually around this time, I aim to. I usually have a mini task where I talk about the top story on the R glowing rectangles subreddit on Reddit. Who here has heard of it?
Yeah, what do you be talking about? I see you post about it on Twitter. I don't know what you be talking about.
Well, feast your eyes, Will. It's the. Let me share my screen.
Go for it.
Do. Here it is. The R glowing rectangle subreddit. It's really
I
just
did see you post about it, and I had no idea what it was either.
Well, it's only a subreddit that's dedicated to finding tech reviews from folks who deserve more attention because you cannot rely on the YouTube algorithm.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So basically, if you see a tech, if you see a video from a YouTuber about tech, you post it on the subreddit. So that way other people can find out because you cannot rely on this YouTube subreddit.
But only the people
YouTube
who know
algorithm.
But only the only people who are going to know about it are the people who know about this subreddit, right?
Yeah. That's where I come in.
Okay, there you go.
But for one example, Marquez Brownlee, right? You have so many tech YouTubers, but for some reason, sometimes the algorithm goes on a haywire and it will recommend a video that he did 10 years ago as a kid.
For who? MKBHD?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll just randomly pop up in your recommendation, just why? Nobody cares about it.
Look at this. Big House is telling me that Tootie is making cases for the Pro and the 10L. His is on the way. And I saw that somewhere, but I'm looking at their website right this second, which I did earlier today, and they have one for the 10L, but not for the Pro. So that's why, otherwise I would have gotten one from them too. They always send me a case when I have a phone that they'd make one for. But I don't have the 10L, all I have is the Pro. So.
Okay, so let's see the top story on the subreddit today. Who is TK Bay's voice control? Boom.
Oh, I saw that. I got notified when he put that up, and I haven't even gotten a chance to look at it yet. Yeah,
voice control your smartphone with your voice today.
Yeah, for Android 11 feature. Yeah. Yeah, you're going by people that I already subscribe to anyway.
And then we also have best budget phones under 300 pounds.
I subscribe to him too.
All right. George is very well informed.
Well, George subscribes to a lot of people.
I've been trying to keep my list small.
I try, but there are so many guys who I just find interesting and honest, like TK, and they teach me something, and I'm always willing to learn.
I'm sort of interested in that feature, but I don't know when I'm going to get Android 11, to be honest, if ever, if at all.
What phone are you using again?
Right now, it's the LG G.
No, you're not going to get Android 11 until Android 13. When Android 13 is coming, then you'll get it.
There you go. So, all right. So, you going to talk about any of these stories that you're scrolling?
Which one? Oh, okay. Let's talk about this one. Boom, 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 boom. I sort of watched half of this. The Juan Bagnell has a creator chat with
I thought that was
Isa
his
Does
face.
Tech, Isa
Okay.
Rodriguez.
Okay.
I don't know if there's any Filipinos in the chat, but can someone enlighten me on how Filipinos get Spanish surnames? Do you know?
Because the Spain conquered the Philippines, they took them over.
Yeah, so
Well,
I'm sure there are a lot of Filipinos with Spanish names.
Okay.
They took them over, so that's why.
Oh, I might be overthinking it. Maybe her dad is Spanish. Yeah, maybe I'm just overthinking it.
Yeah, but keep in mind that Spanish people could have been there a couple of hundred years, So.
Could be. I don't know. I'm American, so my worldly affairs is quite low.
I wouldn't.
But anyway, in this chat, which hold on, let me switch my screen.
Yeah, so tell us. So you said you watched some of it. So what was it? What was it all about?
I was half. Let me share the cover screen on that. So Juan and Isa Does Tech are having a chat, and about their.
Oh, I know her.
boss.
Isn't that what's his name's girlfriend?
Yeah,
Joshua Vergara's JV Tech team.
Yeah, Joshua Vergara's girlfriend. Yeah, she's getting pretty big, isn't she? I mean, she's showing up in a lot of different places nowadays.
Yes.
So
But her videos are not just her videos are done from the fashionista standpoint. So
okay.
So she will talk more about how a phone looks, feels, can be accessorized.
But I have heard her in some discussions with Android Authority and stuff, and she's pretty knowledgeable.
Yeah, she is. And her videos come from all the way from Manila.
Yep.
Which you wouldn't really know.
Yeah, you talk about a long-term relationship. Those two have a long-term relationship. Her and
you
Joshua.
mean long distance?
Long distance. I'm sorry. Yeah. Because they see each other, and then he'll go to over to Japan, and she'll meet him there, and then I think they go months without seeing each other again.
My girlfriend had to do that for the COVID-19.
So really?
Close, but so far apart. Yeah, we went without 2 months without physically seeing each other. We tried out Zoom and all that. Will, when was the last time you saw your wife?
Big House has one more message. What did you say? What'd you say?
That was crazy. That's when's the last time I saw my wife?
Oh.
You told me what time it's like she's right behind you. Sometimes it's like she's right behind you.
Oh, well, Big House has given me some good news because he said that the NL case is the first, but the pro cases are coming. Good, and I'll be writing to them to get me a case so I can do a review.
But yeah, actually, let's go touch on the LG Velvet. That I did like her reviews and her impressions. Her impressions and review on that phone was great. And on that phone, the LG Velvet, it is quite a looker. It reminds me of the Iron Man edition of the Galaxy S6 or the Galaxy S7. Which was the Iron Man edition? Which Galaxy phone was the Iron Man edition?
The S7, wasn't it?
Okay. Let me ask Google. Hey, Google. Which Galaxy phone had the Iron Man edition?
Yeah, you crazy.
Galaxy S6 Edge Iron Man.
It was the Galaxy S6 Edge. Hey, Google, shut up. Nope.
Now Samsung has
Hey, Google, that's enough. Yeah, it was the Galaxy S6 Edge.
It was a direct case of be careful what you ask for.
It was the Galaxy S6 Edge, according to Google. Which,
show us the picture of it, because I don't even remember what the Velvet looks like.
Well, watch her channel. In fact, I don't know if I can. Can I include a link on here?
I believe you can.
All right.
At least I think Mike does sometimes. You can, right, Will?
What?
You can put a link in the chat, right?
He can put it. Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can put it.
Ooh, I can do it. Okay, I can do it.
You the man.
Anybody who's like a moderator on your channel can do it.
Oh yeah, let me give you guys some moderating privileges. While if you guys could talk on the chat every now and then. Well, I see stuff from Gary and
Well,
Brian.
I do talk in the chat. I just do it on my phone every once in a while when I have something to say.
I mean, on the chat now. Help me help you. To copying Issa's video. And boom. There you go, guys. Feast your eyes. There you go, George. That's a link for the LG Velvet.
Okay.
Which also comes with the dual screen.
Oh, that's right. You can't click on the link when it comes in that way, but you can copy and paste it.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah. Copy and paste. Of course, you know what this is going to do. This is going to add one more person to my subscription list.
Well, let it be her.
Okay. All right, I just subscribed to her channel.
That's very good for her. And while we're talking about subscribing, boom! Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button on my channel, TED Talks. It's actually, this is pretty much like the only way I can organically gain subscribers, because
I already hit the like button when I first came in before we started.
If you search for TED Talks, the only thing you will literally see are TED Talks from random strangers.
So you're not a random stranger? Is that what you're telling us?
No, I'm legitimately Ted.
Okay.
I'm
Pardon me.
Ted.
So everybody who was born Ted before you, they're all illegitimate, I gather.
Yeah, especially if they're talking. Okay, I'm the only one. I'm the only Ted that talks.
Okay.
But
all
if you
right,
search TED Talks, you will not see my YouTube channel. It'll just be literal TED Talks from strangers.
So all you mute Teds, you're good to go. It's just you talking Teds. Get out of the way.
Yeah, get out of the way. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Either I have to rename my channel, which is the sensible idea, or
we talked about that last week.
Yeah, that's what Jerome was talking about. And I was like, it'll work out, but no. I need some SEO wizardry to come up on Google search history, on Google searches.
So you'll be taking a few SEO courses, I'm sure. Yeah.
I sure will.
There you go.
Or I'll just hire someone.
Oh, pardon me. Roberto Blake, he'd probably be a great one to do.
All right. Let's see. Let me also share what else on the glowing sub.
All right. So as soon as we're done, I will watch this video on that she has on the LG Velvet, the review.
Share screen. And let's go see what else is there in the glowing rectangles. I should probably share a link of that too while I'm at it. Copy, paste, guys. I'm including a link to the subreddit for glowing rectangles in case you want a nice tailored.
Why is it called glowing rectangles, by the way?
It's like, Black Mirror, right? Instead of a black mirror, you get a glowing rectangle.
Okay, gotcha.
Honestly, I have no idea where he thinks of such names.
Well, he might be weird like us,
So, here's a nice looking one. How often should design change? Any thoughts on that, Will?
For me, I'm saying.
For me, they could do it like Apple. I don't really care. They could do it like Apple does and go with one phone design for 3 years.
Yeah, see, for me, I would say once a year. That's
the reason I say that though is because, all right, look at, let's say, Samsung, or who changes a lot, OnePlus. They change the design every year, but what are you really gaining from it? You got to buy a new case. You got to buy a new screen protector. You know what I mean? The phone still functions the same. And they raise the price every year because they got to make a new thing to mold the phone or whatever. They should worry about focusing on the software. They're supposed to make you feel like you don't have to buy a phone every year. You know what I mean? That's why Apple wins, because you can use an iPhone 7 Plus or 6 or whatever, and they all look the same. They're familiar. You know what I mean? You don't got to They all come with that little button on the side. You know how to use it. Changing the phone every year does nothing. They change it every year, but the phone still sucks.
Yeah, but
look at the Pixel, George.
Does have a way to get us
Pixel,
excited about their phones generally.
What? What's the way to get you excited about a OnePlus phone?
Well, all I'm saying is every time a OnePlus phone is coming out, we're all talking about it, so somebody's excited
because
about it.
Everybody talks about it because they're like, oh, let's see how much they can increase the specs. That's it. Like, once you look at the phone, you're like, all right, well, we could say Samsung. Samsung's like, all right, we're going to do punch hole, then we're going to do thin bezel, then we're going to, it doesn't matter. Like if the software sucks or whatever, you know what I mean? It's just a way to make you spend more money.
Samsung software no longer sucks.
To me, they should do it like every 3 years.
Now they make 20 different kinds of phones that are all pretty good, or mostly pretty good.
Well, this was brought over by his channel name is Lover of Tech. That's probably nice and searchable. But,
oh yeah, I've seen him.
But personally, I don't know if I don't know. I think once you find the right design, you'll love that design and you always stick with it. It's like finding a keyboard, a phone with a keyboard. Once you find the thing that speaks to you, you'll always want it, even if they do something new.
That's probably true.
Like Gary says, keep the same style but make small changes here and there.
But he's right. That's what most companies do. Yeah.
So the iPhone way. Everyone except who? Except LG, right?
Well, LG a couple of years ago, but now they're starting to get closer.
From the G4 to the G5 to the G6.
Right. Those three were very different from each other. But from the G7 on, not so different anymore. And not so groundbreaking anymore.
Yeah, there was the G7, yeah. Then the G7 to the G8, yeah, that was the same. Then the GX, that was...
Yeah, and the G7, they had, 3 or 4 different versions of it.
Yeah, so, yeah, everyone except LG.
Yeah.
Sony in the past kept their designs pretty similar from the Z1
for a long time, yeah.
And when they finally changed the design, then they renamed their phones to the Xperia X Performance.
I have a hard time getting excited about a Sony phone. I don't know why, because I see good things about Sony phones. I just
You don't hear the sexiness in 4K OLED HDR?
Well, I hear it, but it doesn't get me excited about it. I don't know. Maybe I'm too old to get excited. Who knows?
4K. It's the only manufacturer that does the 4K OLED.
That's true.
4K LCD. They brought the headphone jack, Gary. George.
They did what?
They brought the headphone jack back.
Oh, yes, I did see that.
It's not as good as an LG, but...
Will's doing something different. He's not paying any attention to us at all. Yeah.
I'm listening. He's saying they brought the headphone jack. I'm listening.
Okay. That was just a test.
I'm multitasking, George.
There you go. I'm not good at that.
That's a lie. Oh, look, who we have here? We have Grant.
Yep. I haven't got. This one I have seen.
Woo! Did you see that? Well, look at that! Look at that change. Oh, I don't know what camera he's using there. No idea.
Compliment him on that unboxing. I know.
That was the Xperia 1 2
and
the Pixel 4.
Yeah, I haven't
had
a chance to watch this comparison yet.
It looks like Pixel 4 is beating it in the looks department in terms of cameras.
As far as the
Pixel
5.
But here's the thing: on the Xperia 1 2, I do like how the picture looks behind him.
On the Xperia?
Yeah,
because you're right behind him. The picture looks a little too faded out.
Yeah, on the Pixel 4.
Yeah,
he's like, Pixel 4 is better. Well, he's not wrong. It does. It's brighter and clearer.
Gary says that. Who's going to believe it, Gary? It's you. What else would you say?
Oh, look at that. See that? I like that hues. I think Sony won that one. I prefer Sony's there.
Right, that the manual mode, even Grant said the manual mode is what's supposed to be the big deal on this particular phone.
No, I think Sony won there as well. Look at the sky and look how it shifts the colors. The colors slowly blends into light.
I like the Sony better on that one.
And then we have this.
I need to see them side by side.
That one is just, this one
I'll
is the
take
same,
the
really.
Pixel on that one.
Yeah. But they both handle reds very good.
Yeah.
Oh, on the Xperia, we have some banding in the skies, or maybe that's just the compression.
No, you a little bit, not much. Yeah, I think the Pixel got that one.
Yeah, I feel like Pixel got that one. But I like the skies better on the Sony. Sony does skies very well.
But most mainstream consumers don't know how to use it, and we're probably
Manual cameras.
Yeah, that's the thing. I almost never use manual, and even Grant said that he probably won't do much with manual cameras because he tends to do auto. So me too. And
Oh, look at that flower. That's a beautiful flower.
and Anthony, my Project 13, he always says the same thing.
And Sony, I think Sony did win.
I like
Pixel sharpened the hell out of that pedals,
I
though.
like the Pixel on that one, on the purple.
I think Pixel. We have some bokeh.
I'll take
I
the
think-
Pixel again.
I think I prefer the Xperia here.
Okay.
Better fall off on that bokeh. Then we have a full landscape. Now, how did you do that, Grant? That looked like a wide angle shot from the Pixel. Did he use a lens or something?
I don't know. I don't think he does that generally. I'll take the Pixel there too. Okay, now telephoto. Experience for me on that one.
I think I'm going to prefer the Pixel on this one. Yeah.
Pixel. It's like an eye test, old versus young. Pixel for me on that one.
Yeah, Pixel. Actually, no, let's run that back. Run that back.
All right, are we done?
No, we're not done.
Oh, I just don't think we're giving them exciting viewing here.
Look at that. The Pixel blew the highlights,
I'll take.
but it kept the shadows.
Okay,
That's
I'll
the
take
HDR processing.
Shadows, yeah.
That's the superior HDR processing. And then Grant also did another video, but with his dog.
He always does his dog, and that it's like every time I see it, I'm like, does this dog just know to sit and pose? It sure seems like it.
All right.
It's like he's got a very well-trained dog there, if you ask me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's all I have for you, unless there's something Will and George wanted to share.
I just want to know how school's going, Will.
It's going, George. It's
Oh,
going.
yeah. Will is studying to be an RN.
Going. It's going. Yeah, it's going.
All right,
Sucks, but it's
I'm
going.
going to break for you. I need to get
School
up there.
sucks, but you know.
No
School
matter
sucks.
of attitude. How do you do with the exams and stuff? Are you good with that or not?
I passed all my midterms. I did all right.
Because
89, 87.
my attitude always was, I'm not a good student on a daily basis, but I'm really good at exams. I always was. So I never hated school because I knew that.
Yeah, I do all right.
Oh, finally.
I remember in high school, I had one class where I had like 70 average or just barely into failing average all year long. But I know me. I knew I'd kill him on the final exam. Well, I got a 98 on the final exam, so I wasn't worried about it. But that's just me.
Oh, finally, I just uploaded my video on the review of the BlackBerry Key 2.
Oh, okay.
It's private, guys, so no need to look for it.
Okie doke.
I have like
Okay, we won't look for it, Ted. We wasn't going to look for it anyway.
You weren't supposed to tell him that.
Well, I don't want to send him on a wild goose chase. But yeah, I have like 7 videos that are on private.
Why do you? Am I being too
Because
nosy?
remember, he said he puts them on private, some kind of, it's like a thing in his mind or something. I
Oh, that's
forget.
right.
He told
That's
us
what-
last.
Yeah.
That is what
Puts
you
them on
said.
private to feel like he's doing more or something. I forget.
Yep. And then when I'm ready, I'll just put them out once a week. YouTube thinks I'm being a busy YouTuber, and they'll put me in searches more.
So he's
That's
doing it all to get into YouTube's head. I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we're done.
We are done. This is a good show. And you guys like the audio? Because, I think this audio might be better than what I get from
the audio was the best you've had so far, in my opinion. What do you think, Will?
Yeah, it's good. You did good today. What'd you do?
Thank you, Gary. Thank you for
Is Jerome there? Is Jerome there playing with your internet connection?
Gary's comment.
Is Jerome there messing with your internet?
Flintstones, meet the
my God,
Flintstones. They're
Gary
the
is
modern
crazy.
Stone Age family.
Yo, he's crazy.
Yeah.
Stone
George's
Wow.
school rival was Moses.
Hey, I have always said
Oh,
if
crazy.
120 was good enough for Moses, it's good enough for me. So if anybody ever asks me when I expect to die, I always say 120.
But audio was courtesy of the Comica Boom XD.
Well, it
This
sounded
is a-
great.
Yes, it does. You can currently get this cheaper from its competitor, the Rode Wireless Go.
Oh yeah, I've seen some videos on that. I haven't watched one though. Somebody had a video on it the other day. The Rode Wireless Go.
For $220, you get 2 transmitters, the 1 receiver on here, and everything else you will need, like the connections for cameras, connections for smartphones.
Well, you should donate it to me for the older generation.
You don't even use your what's it called, your Boya lav mic, George. What do you want from me?
That's true because I do use it when I'm making videos. I just don't use it when we're live.
Oh.
Yeah, I use my Boya a lot when I'm making videos.
Oh,
You
you started making some videos.
Yeah, well, when you hear me do a voiceover, it's almost always the Boya.
Okay, I need to go check out your Axon 7 video because
It was very short. I only did it because that guy said how bad it was, and I wanted to prove it, and he was right. Because it's sporadic. You don't know when it's gonna, film properly, and when it's gonna do all that crap. It's terrible.
Is that Nougat? Was it the Oreo update?
That was on Nougat originally.
It's on Oreo. Did you update your Axon 7 to Oreo?
I tried to. I never successfully did it though.
So it's on your Nougat update. Wow.
But keep in mind, this guy was on current and I wasn't, and it didn't seem to matter. I had the same problems.
But the difference between those are 2 different camera apps. That's so weird.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the problem was, but I only did it just to prove that what he was saying was true, and what he was saying was true. And the funny thing was, the front-facing video, boy, that would look great. That looked like one of today's cameras. That's how good it was.
Well, props to him still using his Axon 7. Speaking on the Axon, what's the difference between an Axon 10 Pro and a TCL 10 Pro? Why would you have?
Well, the Axon 10 Pro, for one thing, it doesn't have any built-in stabilization at all.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
you have to use Google.
And the
Photos.
TCL 10 Pro has that?
Oh, yeah.
To be sure about it.
Yeah, the TCL has electronic image stabilization.
Damn.
But with the Axon 10 Pro, it takes beautiful video, but if you want it to be steady at all, you have to use Google Photos.
Yeah, the Axon 10 Pro did take good videos, but the photos I could not stand.
Yeah, I thought the video, when you smoothed them out, were better than the photos.
But here's the thing: once you smooth them out, it was always like a crapshoot. Like sometimes when it smoothed it out, it would get all warbly or jello.
No,
effect.
not mine. No, mine didn't get the jello effect when I smoothed them out on the 10 Pro.
Mine was like a 60-40 thing.
Okay, yeah, mine was always okay. All right.
Well, thank you guys for stopping in the chat.
Thanks for
That
hanging with
concludes
us,
today's
guys.
show.
All right, next week it'll be on my channel, so you know we will not run out of stories, because I always say better too many than too few. So next week we will fill up the time more than likely.
And
Well,
Ted,
it
George
doesn't
is gonna
have to
put
be
the-
2 hours
George is
every
gonna-
single time.
George is
Jeez.
going to put the link in the right way.
I put in the email like I always do.
All right, guys.
All right,
Well, you
folks.
guys have a good night and enjoy your 4th of July with
Have
the
a
barbecue
wonderful
and the
4th of
salute
July
the
and have a
troops.
blessed weekend.
Yep.
All right, now we're going to have the pregnant pause as we get out of here, right?
I don't know. I can just do one final snap. One new comment.
Oh, pardon me.
Oh, no. Damn. It's stupid confirmation thing. All right. One more go.
Maybe instead